Hi there guys, my name's Will Pye. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a transformational coach, I'm a teacher, and I'm an author. My first book came out a year or two ago. It's called Blessed with a Brain Tumor, Realizing It's All Gift and Learning to Receive. A key concept of my teaching and what I share with the world is radical gratitude. And I wanted to share with you how that applies to how to be with pain. It's a question I get asked a lot, particularly when I've been speaking to cancer support groups and so on. The question will come very often like, how do you handle intense pain? And I've been lucky in that I did have cancer, and I actually found that to be a lucky experience and quite inspiring. But I've been lucky in that I never experienced huge amounts of physical pain as a consequence of that. But what I am well versed in, what I have experienced a great deal of over the years, is emotional pain or psycho-spiritual pain. And I was inspired to share a video today, and then this pain came up in my body, and there was a heaviness came up in my system, and I thought, no, I don't feel like doing a video now. And I thought, bullshit. How about I do a video on how to transform, how to transmute, how to be with pain? And so there's a couple of pointers that I have for you, because I'm guessing that you, like me and every other human being on the planet, experiences pain and desires to be in joy, desires to be happy, desires to be in well-being, and would rather not have pain be an obstruction to that. Am I right? Great, so let's explore this. And this is live right now. As I say, I'm feeling this like intensity in the center of my chest, there's this heaviness in my system. And so what I'm doing, one thing, is body language. Like right now, I'm opening up, I'm bringing myself into a state of power. And in terms of how much you're going to interact with that feeling, first of all, I'm not going to tell a story about it. It's easy to get stuck in a story of, that's bad, I'm feeling this, I don't want to be feeling this. In other words, to be in resistance. Now, resistance essentially is suffering. Resistance to what's arising in this moment is the essence of suffering. So how is a way that we can be with discomfort when it arises? And just to put some perspective on this, this sensation, this discomfort that's arising in the center of my chest has kind of been my teacher for about 20 years now. And so at times there's been a frustration that it still presents. And I found that frustration is just another form of resistance. It's just another way of not being with what is. And so the pointers I'd like to share, there's two. I mentioned the radical gratitude. This is such a key aspect of what I point to, what I teach, what I train, what I share with people. And you'd be aware of gratitude as a practice, as a way of being polite, saying thank you, and maybe developing a grateful mind by choosing to be grateful for all the beautiful things. Radical gratitude is a little bit different. It's to, when we have a familiarity with gratitude, so when we've developed a familiarity with gratitude through that practice, with the easy stuff, with the chocolate brownies, with the sunset, with Liverpool playing soccer in 1987-88 with John Barnes, I just watched it earlier on today. When we've developed that familiarity, that capacity to shift into the state of gratitude, it's an exquisitely powerful energy to bring to, in my experience, almost any situation in life, from a brain cancer diagnosis to brain surgery itself, to suicidal depression in my 20s, to habitual behaviors. It's really a powerful way to change your experience in any moment. And it's built upon a foundational belief of mine. It's a really powerful one. I recommend it. It's a very helpful belief, and that belief is very simple. It's that everything that's happening is an opportunity for my growth and expansion. Everything that's happening is an opportunity for my healing, transformation, and awakening. And guess what? When I believe that everything that's happening is an opportunity for my healing, transformation, and awakening, it is just like that. So, of course, this pain that's arising, the discomfort that's arising, is an opportunity to die even more to the sensation. And I mean by that, to allow the resistance to die, to allow the resistance to fall away. And so with radical gratitude, it might look like this. It's to feel, first of all, to actually open to feel the discomfort, to really just feel it as best as you are possible. Notice the mind's inclination to go off into thought or story about it. But the trick is to simply feel. effortlessly. Just really actually bring curiosity and awareness to the feeling, and then to thank it. To say thank you. Thank you for showing up. This instantly changes the experience. Now the trick, we're not seeking to get rid of the pain. This is not a strategy to get rid of the pain. Though you will discover that when there's a lot of gratitude in your experience, the pain kind of just falls away. It does subside, but that's not the intention, because that can actually create a subtle resistance in the thanking. The second approach, along with thank you, and I encourage you to try this in your own experience, is to love it. To love it when it arises. To love it by being present to it, by not resisting it, not pushing it away in subtle or less subtle ways, rather than going for the tea or the chocolate, actually just taking some time to sit with it. Being still with the discomfort, with the pain, being friendly with it is a really, really powerful practice. And the third thing, so we've got thank you, we've got to love it, to actually bring loving present, to bring loving attention to the discomfort and to the pain. And the third thing, I mentioned it just briefly already, is curiosity. Curiosity is this wonderful human capacity. Wonderful human capacity. You see it in children so abundantly. And it's generally conditioned out of people. Generally, people start to think that they know how the world works. They get into conditioned thinking. They get into a very sort of limited view of how things are. And what I'm suggesting is that we can develop that curiosity, sustain the curiosity, be curious about everything that's happening, and bring that curiosity to the discomfort. So rather than, it's like, what's here? And feel the discomfort. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Be happy being unhappy. And of course you may notice that that actually does transform experience. It allows us to be happy and it allows us to be comfortable, even when there might be residual discomfort in the body-mind. So first we have thank you, to actually be grateful, disengages the resistance immediately. Secondly, we have to love the experience that we're having, to say yes to it fully and unequivocally. And third, we have to develop a curiosity. What's it got to tell us? There may be some information there may be some revelation, there may be a deeper layer of pain for us to discover. Thank you so much for listening to what I had to say. I've shifted my state pretty powerfully. I hope it's been useful for yourself to create more well-being, happiness and joy. You can find more videos on this YouTube channel. You can find me on Facebook, on Will Pye, P-Y-E, and my book, Blessed with a Brain Tumor, is on Amazon. Thank you and be well.